everyone. I wish you all a very happy Navaratri. I think most of them are fasting. So be healthy, stay blessed, and be safe. Well, today I'm going to talk about the difference between the most commonly confused word called talk and speak. Isn't it? Are you not confused with this word? Sometimes while talking, or we just confuse what word should I use now? Should I use speak or talk? So here in this video, you will come to know where to use talk and as well as where to use speak. So let's get started. Let me share the screen. Here, talk versus speak. So what do you mean by talk? So talk, it means having a conversation, or it means giving an information. In a simple word, we can just say that it is less formal than a speak. So I'll just tell you how to use speak also after the session, after this topic talk. So generally, to make it very easy to understand, I can say that we can use the word called talk for our everyday conversation. It could be we talking with our friends, or it could be something about a conversation happening in a coffee day, or whatever it is. We can use this word called talk. Sometimes you can use this word talk to report everyday conversation. Suppose you were in a meeting and you heard, or in some discussion, and you want to give this report to somebody. So you can use a word called talk. He talked like this in the meeting, right? Casual situations. I think you can understand by casual situations. Anywhere, any talk, it could be within your family or among your friends or neighbors, whatever you have a general discussions. There, all this comes under the category of casual situations. So please note, you can use a word called talk. The past tense of talk is talked, right? And even the past participle is same, talked. I think you all know how to use past participle. Past participle is used with the helping verb of have, has, and had. So along with this, we also have this confusion how to use talk to and talk with. I believe most of them are using this talk to and talk with. So when can we use, what do you mean by talk to? I want to talk to you. Then I want to talk with the boss. So what is the meaning of this? When you say talk to, it talks about one-way conversation. So when you say talk with, it involves all the people over there. Let's talk with the group. It means all the participants will be talking over there. So when you say talk to, probably you will be talking, or the other side will be talking. It will be only one side of the conversations. But when you say talk with, you will have a group of people, a set of people, or where both will be involved in the conversation. So now you can identify where to use talk to and talk with. For example, I believe in the call we use in the office, just go talk to him, right? Talk with the group, talk with the employees. It means you need to have the entire opinion of the employees. So you can say talk with the employees there. I hope these examples are clear, but I'm still not going to wind up with this. I'm going to give you some exercises after this class. Then speak. Speak is a word which is very, very formal. It is often used to introduce like presentations or some lectures. I've given it very clearly so that you can also make a note of it. It indicates that the speaker doesn't know you well or personally, or that the context is too formal. Especially we can say it's used for an office purpose. And I can tell you very clearly where and all you can use a word called speak. So there in the word talk was used for everyday conversation, but here it's totally formal situations. No casual situation, formal situation. And to be honest, it's more polite than talk. The word speak, if you see, it's very polite than the word called talk. And make a note whenever you're explaining about your language abilities. For example, if you say that I can speak Hindi, you cannot say I can talk Hindi. I can speak Hindi. So when you're explaining about your language abilities, you need to use a word called speak, not the word called talk. I hope it's clear. The past tense of speak is spoke, and the past participle, it's spoken. So I think this is very easy to understand. If you still have doubts, no problem, you can just pick me up as you do usually. And now to be more clear, let me give you some examples. Okay, and it's like an exercise. So this exercise will tell you where to use speak and where to use talk. You know the rules of where to use speak. Speak is very formal conversation, and especially it is used in when you talk about languages. And talk is totally for personal conversations, or it could be a very informal way. Look at the examples over here. Examples are just like exercises. As you all know that we use speak and talk in different ways. So when I said now in the very first example, it shows like he blah 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 English and Chinese quite fluently, and a few words of French. So here it specifies a language. As you know that when it is language specified, you need to use a word called speak. So when it's explaining about the ability of the way he speaks, here I need to use a word called speak. Okay. And here again, the next sentence, he was blah 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 to my brother when I arrived. So when I say my brother, it shows very well it's something a personal conversation or an informal conversation. I hope you got the answer. You're right. The answer is I need to use a verb called talk, but I have to use ing form. The reason is here it is preceded by the helping verb called was. So he was talking to my brother when I arrived. Look at this example. He still has difficulties not to look down when he blah 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 in public. Any guesses what the answer could be here? Should we use it is speaks, not speak. Speaks. He speaks English. Sorry. So he still has difficulties not to look down when he blah 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 in public. So here it shows a very formal conversation. So which word tells you that's a formal? The word called public. Here I need to use a word called speaks. Right? I hope you're getting the point. The next one, I'm sure the question itself is very clear to you. Would you please stop blah 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 to your friend and listen to what I am saying? Is it formal or informal, my dear friends? Sure. It is totally informal. How do you say it's informal? The word friend. You're right. The word friend says that it's very personal conversation. So obviously I need to use a word called. Is it talk or speak? You're right. Talk. But I'll be using the verb in ing form, talking. You must be wondering, is it some continuous formation? No, it is not continuous formation, but it's called as gerund. You know why? When a verb in ing form acts as a noun, it's called as gerund. Here there is no any helping verb like am, is, are, was, were, will be, have been, has been, nothing as such. But it is preceded by the word called stop. This is called as stop verb gerund. Gerund is something we use ing form, but it will not be doing any kind of an action. It will be acting as a noun. So this is a separate chapter. We'll come back to this later. So would you please stop talking to your friend? You just imagine if I use a word called talk, does it have sense? Right? So do you stop talk? No. I need to use a word called talking. Would you please stop talking to your friend and listen to what I'm saying? I hope you're getting this. Let's go for the next one. May I blah 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 to Mr. Peter, please? S blah blah blah. So I need not give the answer. I hope you have understood this. Here it is totally formal. So we need to use a word called speak. May I speak to Mr. Peter, please? Yes. And he says speaking. Was official, formal. Was with ing form, speaking. Here, she was blah 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 to the client. And again, I'll just go back to the previous example. He was blah 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 to my brother when I arrived. Look at the difference of these two sentences here. She was, client is a formal. I think she's talking to a client there, so it's totally an official talk. So I cannot use talking. I need to use the verb called speaking, because it is past continuous tense. Speak, I hope you're getting it. It's very easy to understand, my dear ones. Okay, next one. Haven't they blah 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 to you? So when you say haven't they blah blah blah, the next word is, what do you want to say? Do you want to use speak or talk? Any answer? I hope you are clear. So here you are totally confused to use whether to use speak or talk. Very simple. There is no clue about whether this sentence is a formal or informal. You can use both the word called speak as well as talk. But make a note, haven't they? So when you say haven't, this is totally a present perfect tense. So you need to use the third form of the verb called talk and speak. What is the third form of talk? It's talk. And here it is for speak. The third form is spoken. Okay. Let's go to the next one. I really wanted to blah 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 to you. Is it formal or informal? So even here you have to you, and even you have here to you. Are you confused? Never get confused. The word called really we never use in our business conversations or in a formal conversations or in a formal communication, right? The word really is which we use it for personal communications, right? So obviously you cannot use talk, you cannot use spoke, you have to use a word called talk. Isn't it easy to understand? I hope you are enjoying this. The next one. I'm sure the neighbors will blah 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 if you stay here now. I need not say I'm sure by this time you know the exact answer. The neighbor is a clue, it shows the personal communication. So here we need to use talk. The next one, the conatic form she is never to me. She is never blah 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 to me. She is. It is not she is, it is. Any guesses? Look at the word. You have a clue over here. Never. Where do we use a word called never? Never is generally used in present perfect tense. So this word, it is not she is, it is she has. She has never. Should we use talk or speak? Confused again? Yes. Because this sentence has no clue whether it's a formal or an informal communication. So here you can use both the words called talk and speak as well. But as it is perfect tense, you need to use the third form of the verb called talk or speak. The third form of talk is talked and the third form of speak is spoken. Talked or spoken. I hope to you. If you still have doubts, please work by yourself and you can get back to me. Please, here the tense matters. Tense is very important. See, here I used he and here speaks because it's simple present tense, and you can understand this also. Here I use he speaks because the subject is singular. The subject is singular, the verb should be in the yes formation. Either it should be yes, es, ies, and all of them. And rest of sentence, I hope it's very clear. If you see a sentence, you can make it out whether should you use speak or talk. I hope this video will help you a lot to understand. This is a way you can learn this usage of talk and speak. Even initially when I had the same problem, how to use this word talk, and after starting doing a couple of examples, and then I thought, let me clear even my students, because sometimes most of us have this problem but we never get clarified. It's better to ask, else we need to watch a couple of videos and get things sorted out. I hope this video was quite useful. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Until